Let's take a tour of an Ultrasabers lightsaber hilt. And so I'll be going over a lot of the general features of the hilt, and I'll be showing you all around the hilt and on the outside, on the inside of the hilt, and just kind of showing you what's up. In this example, I'm using the Initiate V4, but a lot of what I'll be talking about will apply to a variety of the Ultrasabers hilt models. So anyway, let's get started at the top. So at the very top on the inside we have the LED. This is a single diode version, so this is Guardian Blue, but they also offer some premium colors that use 2 diodes and Tri-Cree, which is a bit brighter than the single or double diode LEDs. Then with this hilt model in particular, we have some windows in the emitter, and that's just these little slots here, so when the blade is installed or a blade plug is installed and we turn the saber on, we get a little bit of extra light showing through. It's just kind of a nice feature, yeah, to have some more light showing through. A lot of people seem to like that. So the emitter section of this hilt model is actually attached to the body of the hilt, but with some other Ultrasabers models, the emitter piece is removable, and with some of them it's just Ultrasabers threading, and other models will use MHS compatible threading, which is kind of nice because that means that you're able to use custom saber shop emitter pieces on those sabers if you find a different emitter piece that you take a liking to. So that's a nice feature, but you do want to check in the description of the lightsaber you're purchasing from them. Make sure that it's one of the MHS compatible emitter pieces. Now onto the main body. So here is the switch. On this model, this is a guarded switch. That's kind of the standard version, and then they also offer an AV switch as an upgrade. And also, if it's a sound saber, this is a stunt saber, no sound. For sound sabers, Ultrasabers does have an upgrade of an illuminated AV switch. So it's a little like the windows in the emitter where the button has kind of a little illumination on it, except it's actually not connected to that LED. It's its own little like glowing button. But anyway, so those are options, but Ultrasabers only offers the illuminated AV switch with their sound sabers. So unfortunately, if you have a no sound saber and you want that, you would have to do it yourself, or I don't know, send it somewhere to get it done, but you can't get that from Ultrasabers. Down to the bottom, here's the pommel. So this is one of the standard pommels that Ultrasabers has. A lot of their kind of lower end lightsabers will use this, and it's very basic. It's MHS compatible, which is nice, just like how a lot of the emitter pieces are. So you can use a variety of the custom saber shop pommels here, which is really nice because they have a lot of nice pommels. So that's a good option. And let's move on to the inside. So here is the battery pack, and this is standard setup. So standard setup just means that it uses four AAA batteries. So I was thinking of the triple. Anyway, you have 4 AAA batteries in the battery pack, and the sabers will have a piece of Velcro kind of holding the batteries in place like this. Although, despite the Velcro, sometimes one of the batteries can come loose, so that's probably my #1 problem-solving tip or troubleshooting tip. If your lightsaber doesn't turn on, first thing you want to do is check the battery pack, make sure that all of the batteries are actually installed and, one hasn't kind of wiggled out. Now here's some of the wiring, and then here's just a little view of the guts of the saber. And Ultrasabers, let's compare this actually to a sound saber. I'll bring over a sound saber. This is an obsidian light saber, and you notice right away the pommel is very similar, but it's vented because, the sound needs a place to go. but otherwise the pommel is essentially the same, or it's exactly the same, just, yeah, has that open spot there. And the battery pack's quite similar, but first thing you notice is the speaker on the bottom instead. And there is a piece of Velcro that came with this. I think I forgot to put it on the pack. But same deal where it tries to hold in the batteries. It doesn't always do the best job at doing that. And then here is the soundboard, and this is an obsidian lightsaber, and so that means that the soundboard is not customizable. You can't like take it out or anything, so you can see it here. This stuff's taped in, and it's, yeah, you can't really remove that very easily. And then again, here's some of the wiring. There's a little more going on because it's a sound saber, as you would expect. Ultrasabers does also have a lithium-ion battery setup, so yeah, that's something quite a few people will do. And then they'll have a recharge port on the saber, and you'll have a charger to plug into the wall. That's a big thing that people like about those types of sabers, or that type of battery setup, is just being able to charge it in the wall rather than having to take the batteries out and charge them or replace them or whatever. That's one of the nice features. Also, so these sabers don't have a cover tech wheel on them, but a lot of people will often add that, and so that would be, oftentimes it would be placed somewhere down at the bottom like this. But yeah, some saber companies will kind of include that with part of, with the saber, but that's not standard with Ultrasabers unless you kind of upgrade that yourself. So anyway, that was just kind of a brief tour of an Ultrasaber's lightsaber hilt. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know which Ultrasabers hilts you have. I always like to hear about that type of stuff. Let me know which grab bag sabers you got, and mystery box sabers, any of that. It's all good stuff. But yep, that's it for now.